Hello, welcome to a beautiful day in Wicklow. We're down at a small little secretive river here in Wicklow. We're just doing a bit of sampling. We're just sampling the side of the gravel bar here after a recent flood. It's a grand little classifier because you don't really need to get your hands wet. And being sure to keep the edges of the bank clear because just in case there's nice gold here, we don't want everyone going up here. We're just taking samples from multiple places, get an idea of what's here. Okay, I'd say that'll do for enough for now. Maybe try, you see underneath the sucker tube there, see where it cuts in. Try that for now. And recently when the river flooded, the water came up here, and you see there's a lot of gravel up here. But where we have this lower down section, this is where you're likely to get gold accumulating. So that's why we're testing it. If you can. The further in there you can. If you can get it now. Oh yeah, that'll do. So we're going to get this bucket pretty much full, and then we're going to pan it down. We're going to see how much gold is here, if any. So you can see here where I've dug out a little panning pool. So I've piled up a few rocks here, dug out a bit of a trench. That should be fine. We do have a sluice box with us, but we're not going to set up a sluice until we confirm that we're definitely on the gold. I would say 3 trails should be enough. Okay, we're down at the panning pool now. What we're going to do is just work this material down and see is there any gold in it. Let's see, we did find gold downstream. And it's a nice dark material there. Right, it's a bit dark here. I've got to work over towards the light. Right, over at the sunlight now. Let's see if we have any gold here. Yeah, no, I don't salt, so there's something here, there's something here. We'll find out in a second. Not seeing anything jump out at me. Actually, not seeing anything at all. No, nothing in that. Let's just keep going through the rest of that bucket. So I'm making the panning pool with the second pan, which is from another 3 trails from the same bucket. So again, we'll work this one down, stratify constantly, bring it to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it around back. Stratify. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a few buckets, and if we don't find anything substantial, we'll go back to where we were before. It's just it's always good to explore new areas, especially with that recent flood, to see what gold could be sitting there. But if not, we'll go back to the area we were working before that we did find gold in. Right, let's head back over to the light. Right, so let's have a look at this one. See, is there any gold in this one? Not much in the way of gravels. If it's gold, it'll stay still, even if it's smaller than the other things in the pan. Alright, nothing in that one. Okay, we're going to work this down. This is the 3rd pan from the same bucket. So what you got to keep doing, just keep working material down. See what you can find. Right, let's have a look at this pan. It's all big gravels. Nothing interesting, absolutely nothing resembling gravels or gold in there at all. Pan number 4. Let's have a look how we're doing. That's a lot darker, that's good. Doesn't necessarily mean it's gold here. Right, we're back at the brightness now. Let's have a quick look. No gravels. Nothing resembling gold. Absolutely nothing. Okay, well that's the factor of life. You're not always going to find gold at every pan, or not every pan is going to be loaded with gold. So that's unfortunate. So what we're going to do now is just start sampling different places. Just keep checking different spots and see what we can find. And hopefully find something. If not, give it another 20 minutes, half hour, and if we find nothing else, then we'll just go back to where we were, we find some gold. Some gold is better than no gold. To make it all go, find more shiny. Right, so we ran the rest of that bucket, absolutely nothing. Ran a few more test pans, not even a speckle, no sign of gold whatsoever. So in the interest of saving time and making good use of the day, just gonna head back upstream to the place where we were before. This doesn't have a whole lot of gold, but it has some gold. Hey, some gold better than no gold. Right, we'll run that and see you in a few minutes when we get there. Right, we've made it down to the next location. You can see where everything is totally different. We've got iron oxide coming along here. We've got this lovely grey material. It's like we're on a totally different part of the country. And yet, we've only gone about a kilometre upriver. Excellent. I am liking that. Look at that. The colour of that, that's all grey material. So that's how you found gold here before. The last day Paul was here, filled that bucket up. Was it full or half full, or what was it? Half full, that bucket. And got 10 pieces of gold out of it. So hoping for some nice stuff. I have a nice little panning pool across the river here, so we're going to go over and pan this material. It's also a lot brighter here, so it should be easier to see. So I've got a nice little panning pool off to the side here. Should be perfect. Now it is quite thick material, so I'm going to have to really work it down. Oh, I've got red coming out of that. That's nice. And it did go down quite quickly, so there might not be that much in the way of heavies. Just because we're on good ground type of material doesn't mean we're on gold. Right, let's have a quick look at that. That went a bit too quick. That might be tailings. Let's have a gander. Oh, thanks. Absolutely nothing, right? Paul's giving me a small bit of material here. This is 1/8 inch, so I'll go through this a lot quicker. You always want to clean out the bottom of the bucket, especially if you're moving locations. That's one of the things we did last time. Just so you don't cross-contaminate, especially you don't cross-contaminate between here and further downstream where we were earlier. Very light material, not much in the way of heavies. You said he found 10 pieces the last time he was here. So let's have a quick look. I won't work that down anymore because it's all 1/8 inch material. Here, let's have a look here. It's getting into darker material. Yeah, it's getting a lot darker there, but still no gold. So what about if you were to take stuff off here?
Well, that's what I'm going to start doing now. I'm going to start working that way.
Right, we're going to keep working on this and try and figure out where the gold is. Right, see you later. We all go. Find more shiny. Right, so I've managed to dig through the middle of the river and I've got this incredibly strange material. A purple rock. I've never seen one before. To me it looks like ironstone because there is a lot of iron in the water. And you can see there clay, grey clay, granite. Oh, this thing just screams gold. And let's have a look here. I'll pan that separately. Right, look at this. Nice dark material, which is good. So usual story, I'll push it off to the side. Have a quick look. See if we got anything resembling gold. Yes. Yes, we do. First gold of the day. Just get you right into that. Just my fingertip there. Perfect. I'll zoom in on that later. So we have our first gold of the day. Small gold, but at least we found something. Earlier on we found absolutely diddly nothing. Right, brilliant stuff, we found gold. Happy days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down with that shovel. I'll rotivate the ground a bit more and we'll start filling the bucket with sucker tube. Sucker tube is the best way to get into that gravel. Right, let's crack on with it. I'm going to fill up a bucket and I'll come back to you when we're working that bucket down. Hopefully there's a good bit of gold in it. Let's go find the shiny. Right, so earlier on I done a quick test pan here and I found gold in the middle of the river. So I've gone and done it. We've gone and set up the sluice box further upstream and this gravel is turning really, really dark. So Paul's just upstream there with the sluice box And I'm going to fill this bucket. I'm going to try and get this bucket filled before he runs the next one, just so we can have a constant supply of dirt going through the box. So earlier on, when I was filling up the bucket of water using the sucker tube, the ground turned this murky iron colour. So let's see if that happens again. Yeah, look at that. Look at that material. That's very good. Oh, it's genuinely iron in here. And clay. And granite. And as I said, these purple rocks are kind of like shale. And lumps of quartz. So it's all a very good sign that we could be onto some very, very nice gold. We're just working the top layer. And that's generally where the gold is going to find. You found something, did you? On the mat? Oh, hello. Chiswick? Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, no, I dropped the Sluice box. Yeah, I think one of the gold. That's good. Excellent stuff.
Nice piece as well.
Right, so we swap roll for a few minutes. Paul's going to work on filling up the bucket. It's getting a bit deep for my wellies. It's getting quite deep there. So I'm going to run this bucket on through while he fills the bucket. It's good to share responsibilities. So we're just going to run this material through. We done a test pan earlier, found some nice gold. There's one or two little pieces sitting on the mat there. I'm just going to very gently move it across. Not the best of flow, but it is an exchange, and that's the main thing. Shark sluice, and involves, I think it's talon mat. I just noticed down the end, our tailings are potting up a little. Just move them on a bit, so they can get out. Yeah, that should be fine. Ooh, hello. Seeing some yellow things in the mat there. Hopefully they're gold. So this is always the best way to feed a sluice. If you can, get a nice wide trail, and we just simply distribute it evenly back and forth. Then we'll go off and get more. Then we'll come back and see has it cleared. You never want a situation where you're bringing it across, bringing it back, bringing it across. Sit here, look at it. Wait to see, is that gold, is that gold? Ooh, that was gold. But you never want to be sitting here waiting for it to clear, because then you don't have a full trail. What you want to do, you come up to it, you fan it this way, fan it that way, you go back, you get more material, you come back. Is it ready to go? Yes, it is. All these little changes will increase the amount of gravel you get through in an hour, and therefore the amount of gold you get. Right, I'm going to work through the rest of this bucket and we'll see how much gold we have at the end of that. See you in a minute, we can all go find more shiny. So we're just running through another bucket of material. Just further upstream where the shovel is, I done a bit of a test pan and found a little bit of gold. So when Paul was here the last day, done 4 test holes. We're just not sure where it's coming from. I'm finding gold there, so it could well be from there as well. So we do have 1 or 2 little bits there on the mat. Sluice is running absolutely fine. It's a good bit out of the water. Hope you can see that properly. I say we're just going to run the rest of this bucket down, and then once we got the rest of this bucket done, then we're going to clean out and then move on to our next location. Really today it's just about a sampling, in this case bulk sampling, as many places as possible. And sure, once we have the sluice cleaned out fully, then we can we'll just know how much shiny we're on. And again, we can just mark this for another day when there's a bit more flow. We'll come back with a bigger box. That's all what it's about. Now clean out this box now and see how much gold we have. Let's go find the shiny. I just cleaned out the final mat. So like with any of the dream mats right now, it's just submerge the whole mat. Wash her sideways, wash her whichever way you can, but I'll wash it inside a bucket. Right, I'll take this stuff over to the panning tool. Actually, with decent panning tool here, I'll take it here. Just give us the, if you take the rest for it, I'll take the pan. And can you? There's nothing left in there, that's grand. Earlier on I did have a little bit of gold left over in the pan, constantly. So every time I panned it out, I was like, oh look, we're still on the gold. But I put that back into the sluice, so I should find that in a minute. I didn't run a whole lot. Probably reckon about 3 buckets total. Yeah, probably about 3 buckets. Now today it's really just about a bulk test of material. Let's have a quick look and see where we're at. You always want to be extra careful when you're working concentrates. Not a whole lot of material in there. I'll do one more pan down and then we'll do a back spin. Hoping there's something shiny. It is quite heavy now. Good bit of black sand here as well, as there's some 3 different spots along the river. Again, I don't salt, so whatever is here is here. Hopefully there's something nice. Okay, there's 1 piece of gold there. One piece of gold. What? Yeah, 1 nice piece of gold, but a few micro dots. 1 decent sized piece. Come here. 1 decent sized piece, yeah. Which is nice there. But that's it. You want to take the cons out of that? There's a few small micro dots. You might as well take that piece there, put it into your bottle or something. But I was looking at it and thinking, oh yeah, where did they go? But 1.
It's a bit disappointing, that.
For 3 buckets?
Well, maybe Sluice.
No, Sluice was running fine. It was running grand. It's just material. Right, we'll pack up and get on to the next place. So that's a little bit disappointing to find 1. I mean, it was a decent sized piece. 10 of them would have been nice. 1 piece of gold for what was about 3 hours of sampling. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pack up and head off down to a different location and do a little bit of sampling, and just see how much more we can find, how much shiny we can find. Hopefully we find some gold at that place, but that'll be a different day for a different video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode of sample panning in a small river. If you did enjoy this episode, chances are you'll like the other episode I posted previously and the ones that can be posted in the future. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and shine. Catch you next time. We can all go buy more shiny. Bye bye.